Welcome back, everybody, to a new What's for Dinner. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for just a little bit and seeing what I cooked up for my family this week. This is also in collaboration with my sweet friend Audrey. She is a working mama of two beautiful little girls. This is just a glimpse of what she's going to be sharing with you in her What's for Dinner. She has all kinds of content on her channel, and I know you're going to love her just as much as I do. So with that being said, let's get into this week's What's for Dinner. Okay, friends, so for tonight, to start out this What's for Dinner, I'm going to be doing an air-fried pork tenderloin. I got 2 of these pork tenderloins from H-E-B. They're just real small ones, something that will fit into my air fryer. And I'm gonna take these out and I'm going to get them seasoned up, but I decided to use this. I had 1 package of this left, and it's the McCormick bourbon pork. Now this is supposed to be for a sheet pan. This was wonderful as a sheet pan meal, but I really want to try out doing the pork tenderloin in the air fryer. So we're gonna give it a go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take these out, put them in my bowl, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of some olive oil and I'm gonna shake this on them and use my hands to marinate them. Me all washed up, and then I just patted it dry with some paper towels to get to sop up the extra water. And then I'm gonna put my olive oil in there. It's probably gonna be just like a couple of tablespoons. Okay, I'm gonna take my packet. Ready to go into the air fryer. That is some beautiful meat right there. Ooh, hubby man's gonna be happy. Okay, so I'm about to put it in the air fryer, but I gotta heat up the air fryer first. So I'm gonna preheat my air fryer. How many times am I gonna say air fryer? We'll see. At 400 for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna put the pork tenderloin in there, and I'm gonna air fry the pork tenderloin at 400 for 25 to 26 minutes. That's how long the little script thing had said for the recipe that I looked up. I'm going to link that down below just for temperature and time variation. The guy's recipe looked really good, or was it a lady? Anyways, the recipe looked really good, but like you've seen, I used that packet instead of doing my own rub. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, so my air fryer is this Foodie Ninja that my parents got me for Christmas. So that's what I'm using, and I've got the tenderloins in there. I kind of wrapped them around like a snake, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna cook them. I've already preheated it, got it done. So we're gonna air crisp. We're gonna do 400, come on, air crisp, temp. I'm gonna do 400 time. I looked back and it said 20 to 22 minutes, but I've got 2 pieces in there. So we're gonna do 24 minutes because I've got extra meat in there. It just wasn't 1. And we're gonna do that. And while that is cooking, so what the original plan was tonight was to do sweet potatoes in the Instant Pot. I was gonna make sweet potatoes in the Instant Pot first, let those cook, and then do the pork loins, but my sweet potatoes were rotten. I just got them at the beginning of last week, and I didn't check them in the bag, and it looked like they had like wormholes. I know that's disgusting, but from now on I'm gonna have to check the produce really well whenever I get it in, especially potatoes, because that's not the first time that that's happened. Anyways, so instead of sweet potatoes for a side, I'm going to do, well, I was already gonna do the broccoli. I'm gonna steam up some broccoli, and then also I'm gonna do 2 boxes of this Suddenly pasta salad. The Betty Crocker one is our favorite whenever we wanna do like a real quick boxed pasta salad. Homemade is awesome, but sometimes these really come in handy. And then I've got some leftover bell peppers that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna toss them in the pot with these and let these boil up with that. And then the broccoli on the side as well. I'm gonna wait a little bit for this because it only takes a few minutes to get the broccoli done. And I've got some Velveeta cheese sauce for that. So that's gonna be the sides for tonight. We're gonna show you something that I learned from my friend Carol. I'll link her channel down below as well. She showed this a couple months ago, I think it was, And it's how to steam broccoli in a bowl. I had never heard of this. I thought it was pretty brilliant. So definitely go and check Carol out. She's a smart little chica. So all she did was cover her bowl with saran wrap. Okay, and she covered it pretty tight. Like, that's probably too loose. She did it pretty tight, I do believe. Anyways, so nope, I was supposed to add water. Hold on a second. She added water. I'm just gonna kind of fluff the water all about, just like that. Then cover it. Poked a couple holes on top. And then she just microwaved it. I can't remember what it was that she was, it might have been broccoli or it might have been asparagus. And then she just popped it into the microwave for a few minutes and then they were steamed perfectly. I thought that was brilliant. I had never seen it before. So thank you, Carol, for showing that. I like to put a little bit of extra Parmesan cheese in there. It's the shredded one, not the grated one, but the shredded one. Okay, the pork tenderloin's almost done, and I just pulled out the broccoli. Ooh, and it's steamed beautifully. I put it in there for 4 minutes to steam it, and that is beautiful broccoli. I'm gonna go ahead and put some butter in there, some salt and pepper, and also the cheese sauce. Okay, so this is hubby man's plate. We also have a couple of Hawaiian rolls on the side. So I made the pasta salad, the cheesy broccoli, the pork tenderloin, and then a couple of the Hawaiian rolls. So that is dinner for tonight. Okay, so Wyatt and I are about to make this lemon pie, and he's gonna go ahead and open up the evaporated milk, and all you need is 5 ounces of the evaporated milk. So he's getting that done, and then we just need 1 box of the pudding. Just a regular instant, not cook and serve lemon pudding. Okay, and you're gonna go to the 2/3 cup right there. Two boxes of cream cheese. We've had this come to room temperature. Lemon concentrate. And all we need is 3/4 cup of the lemonade frozen concentrate. Put that in. Okay.
No, you call that dunking.
I did dunk it in. Pour that in there and then you get to mix. Okay, and now he's just gonna whisk it together until it's all combined. No, don't. You always start it with in the bowl first and then go slower. Start out slow and then you can raise the speed up. All right, I'm just gonna put the lid back on it and we're gonna let it chill for about 4 hours. So by the time it's dinner time, it'll be ready for dessert. Where's the lid?
It's under there.
Oh, is it? Oh.
When the lid is not overbearing, it still tastes like a cheesecake.
It's delicious, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Give me some of that pie.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like pies.
You do too like pie.
Very few.
Okay, so what you're gonna need for this soup is hot Italian sausage. So we've got the Johnsonville. You can do the ground one. I usually just find this one and then just squeeze out the meat from the little casings. You'll need 1 sweet onion. You'll need 3 to 4 either russet potatoes. I've actually got some Idaho potatoes in here. And then you're gonna need, for seasoning, is crushed red peppers, fennel. Fennel is absolutely important. You're gonna need garlic powder, salt, pepper, that type of thing. You're gonna need 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. You're gonna need 1 16-ounce of heavy whipping cream, 2 cups. You're gonna need some Parmesan cheese to put in there. You're gonna need 1 pound of bacon. I usually take half the pound. I go ahead and fry it all up, and then I take half of the bacon and put it in with the actual soup, and then the other half we use for toppings. And then we need a few cups of kale, and then also 4 cups of chicken stock, chicken bouillon, that type of thing. So we're gonna get going. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and put my bacon in the oven and get that crisped up, and then put that to the side, and I'm gonna start cutting on my potatoes, browning my meat, and cutting on the onion to sear that up. And you'll need a couple of tablespoons of butter as well. So we're gonna get on into it. Okay, so I have got the bacon in the oven, I've got my sausage in here, I've got my onion in here, and I've got 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna just get everything sauteed up and browned, and then I'm going to pour in my 4 cups of broth and the potatoes and get those boiled up, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I've got my onion in here, and I've got my sausage, and I've got 4 tablespoons of butter in here. I'm gonna get everything sauteed up and the sausage browned up. And then once I get that done, I'm gonna go ahead and put in my broth, and I'm gonna get the potatoes boiled, get those nice and done, and then I'll put in the other fixins. Lord, I tell you what, today is one of them days that Mommy Dearest is about to break out. It has just been one of them days. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I already put in the heavy whipping cream. Again, that was 2 cups. And I'm gonna go ahead and put in the last of this Parmesan cheese. You can use grated or you can use shredded. I've got shredded right here. We're just gonna put that on in there. And then we're gonna put in some crushed red pepper. We like a lot, hence why I'm doing the spaghetti and meatballs for the boys. So I'm taking quite a bit. I know this is probably gonna be a lot for some, but you can either skip it, put a little bit less in there, put more in there, what have you. Give that a good toss in. Okay, and then I'm gonna take some fennel. I'm gonna take a couple of tablespoons because we like a lot of fennel in there. If you don't want a whole lot of fennel, just crank it back to 1 tablespoon or even 1 teaspoon, but I'm putting quite a bit in there because we like that strong flavor. And I'm just gonna take my hands and I'm just gonna grind it as I put it in there. You know, because I'm gonna end up throwing this away. These are the style that I get. They're really big meatballs. They're huge, but they're really, really good. And I usually get these at Kroger's whenever I go in. I'll get a few of these bags and just have them stocked up. So there we go. Okay, the soup is done and it is ready to be plated. I've already got the boys' stuff done. Wyatt is the only one that wanted meatballs. Riley's going vegetarian for the night and they're having regular spaghetti and just some garlic bread on the side. Okay, so there is my bowl. I think I lost my husband to a new Weldon hat. He's up there in the garage. He's doing his thing. He is happy as can be, so he'll have his bowl in a minute. The eldest already got his bowl. That is my bowl. And then I've got 2 leftover I've got 2 leftover breadsticks. One's gonna be mine, one's for the hubby, and that is dinner for tonight. Okay friends, for tonight's What's for Dinner, we are gonna be doing the French onion sliders that I had talked about in my grocery haul. I'll put a little card up in here somewheres of my grocery haul if y'all missed it. But I've got 2 pounds of ground beef. I've got 2 small Vidalia onions right here, and I've got 4 tablespoons of butter. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to saute these and caramelize them really nicely. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start seasoning this meat, and I'm gonna start getting it browned up. I'm gonna put in some Worcestershire sauce per usual. And some Better Than bouillon, just a teaspoon of it. Some sea salt, just a smidgen of some sea salt. Black pepper. We like a lot of pepper. And then half a packet of this onion soup mix. This is just the beefy onion one. Okay, and literally that's it. Now I will, depending on how much fat I'll have off of this meat, you know, I'll drain it afterwards. Oh, it's still a little frozen. Queen of frozen meat. Okay, so I'm gonna get this browned up. I'm not putting anything else in it. I'm just gonna let it just brown up really good and let those caramelize. That's probably gonna take the longer than it will be the meat. And then we'll be back to put together our sliders. So I've got my rolls all separated, and these are the potato rolls that I got in my last haul. If you're curious on what kind of rolls I'm using, they're not the Hawaiian rolls. They're just good old deli potato rolls. So all I did, as you can see from the clip before, I just took the meat, I drained it, and then as soon as the onions were done sauteing, I just mixed them up in the meat. And the cheese that I'm gonna be using is some smoked provolone. I'm gonna put three tablespoons of butter in here, and then half a teaspoon, or maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of that bouillon base. I'm gonna put in half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and melt this, and then I'm gonna brush this mixture on top of all of the rolls. Okay, I've got all that done. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder on top. A little bit of thyme. And then some sesame seeds. We're gonna go into the oven. Look at how pretty those look. Ooh, those look so pretty. Anyways, these are gonna go into the oven. I believe it was 350 for 20 minutes.
Calculating work.
So I'm not gonna be doing any big sides with this. I think that those little sliders are gonna be just enough. I'm probably gonna have some chips on the side with some fruit on the side, and that's really about it. My shoulder, my left one, I pulled it really good, and it hurts really bad, but I'm trying to like work through it. So we're keeping it as simple as it can be for the rest of the meal for this tonight. So we'll be back as soon as they are done. Okay, so that is dinner. We've got our sliders, we've got some potato chips. These are just the sea salt and vinegar potato chips. And then we have some watermelon. So that is gonna be dinner for tonight, and I can't wait to dig in. These smell amazing. And I'll put a little quotation here on how we liked those. So if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to click on the links down below. You can meet Audrey. I love her channel. She has so much to offer over there, and I know you will love her too. And also, something really quick, I know I just hit 5,500 and I'll be having a very small giveaway. I'll be announcing it on my next What's for Dinner and what you'll be winning. So make sure you stay subscribed and click that bell so that you get notified of when my videos go live. So again, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye y'all.